AMC's underlying outlook, its contrast with Cinemark Holdings, future earnings expectations, and the strong position of retail investors, which is proving to be nothing less than a barrier for short sellers, will all be topics that we will discuss in full detail today. We will also discuss the global box office recovery. When we discuss the positive features of AMC, the first good update has come from the film business itself. This development is a beneficial development. A very promising beginning has been offered for the sector during the first 3 months of the year 2026. Information gathered from January to March reveals that ticket sales are exhibiting a more favorable trend in comparison to the previous year. As of the 21st of February, the data that are currently available indicate that the revenue from the box office for the quarter to date has reached around $939 million. If we compare this to the same time period in the previous year, we find that the amount was around $911 million. The fact that the industry is already ahead of where it was the previous year is a result of the fact that the quarter is not even over yet. In simple terms, there are strong chances that revenue may increase further in the remaining weeks. The quantity of films that have been released is yet another significant contributor to this resurgence. There have been approximately 150 films released so far this year, whereas the number of films that were released at the same period last year was approximately 143. If there are more films, then there will be more showtimes, which will result in more foot traffic and, of course, more ticket sales. While everything is going on, the average revenues per movie continue to remain within a stable range, which indicates that audience interest is consistent and that people continue to appreciate the experience of seeing a movie on a large screen. On the other hand, if we are to speak explicitly about AMC, the earnings of the firm are heavily dependent on the performance of the box office. Ticket sales are not the only thing that contribute to an increase in revenue for the business. Concessions, popcorn, beverages, and snacks also contribute to this growth. These items have a large profit margin and greatly contribute to the theater's overall income. That is why a strong start to Q1 can be considered fundamentally positive for AMC. Regarding the comparison between AMC and Cinemark, there is also an interesting conversation taking place on social media. Although Cinemark anticipates generating roughly $3.38 billion in sales by the year 2026, it is estimated that AMC might produce approximately $5.29 billion in revenue by that year. There is a discernible variation in scale between the two. It is estimated that Cinemark has over 4,500 screens, while AMC theaters have nearly 9,600 screens across the globe. AMC is concentrating not just on the number of screens, but also on the quality of the experiences that they offer. Dolby Cinema and IMAX laser projection are two examples of formats that provide sound and visuals of the highest possible quality. The objective is straightforward: to encourage people to see films in theaters rather than streaming them at home. Nevertheless, the intriguing thing is that there is a huge discrepancy in stock prices, despite the fact that there is a potential for earning revenue. The share price of AMC is currently trading in the low single digits, whilst the stock of Cinemark is significantly higher. Because of this, there are retail investors who are of the opinion that the current valuation of AMC does not accurately reflect the scale of the company's operations or its prospect for recovery. On the other hand, it is essential to keep in mind that total income is not the only factor that determines stock price. Other factors that play a significant influence include the levels of debt, profitability, cash flow, and the general sentiment of the market. The next earnings call, which is set to take place on February 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is currently the focus of everyone's attention. Expectations suggest that the quarterly loss could be around 16 cents per share with revenue around $1.28 billion. A complicated picture emerges from the preliminary reports. The adjusted EBITDA has turned positive, and there has been a minor improvement in quarterly revenue. Full-year sales have also reported growth. Nevertheless, continued issues such as negative free cash flow and net losses continue to add to the pressure that is placed on the company to borrow money. Over the past few days, one of the most significant hopes that short sellers have had was connected to an agreement with Netflix. On the other hand, there are beginning to be roadblocks coming from the government level in relation to that topic. AMC's retail investors are another significant issue that is being taken into consideration. There are a lot of individual investors who are vocal about the fact that they intend to keep their shares, and some of them even talk about buying more when the price drops. As a result of this strong holding behavior, short sellers may experience increased pressure. This is due to the fact that short positions become more risky when shares are not easily accessible. As a result of this, the supportive community has developed into an essential component of the AMC narrative. Furthermore, this community support has the potential to become a challenge for short sellers at any given moment. Consequently, what does the whole image seem to imply? A transition from a period of recovery to a period of growth is taking place in the film business incrementally. Increasing the number of releases, improving attendance, and increasing revenue are all signals that are positive. AMC has scale, technology upgrades, and strong retail backing. I'm sorry, guys, but it's all we have now for you. Regarding the stock of AMC, what are your thoughts? Participate and share your thoughts with us in the comment section right below. You are appreciated for watching.